Hello, my dear students. I hope you all are safe and studying well. So, in this picture, what can we see? That there is a man who is cooking food in his kitchen, right? I think maybe chicken, okay? So, he's preparing his own food. In the next picture, what we can see is that someone is preparing momos. I think almost like 98% of us, we all love to eat momos, right? So what did we understand from these two pictures is that whenever we as humans or even other organism like animals, whenever we are hungry, the animals, they can hunt for their own food, right? They can kill the prey and eat it, and we human beings, what do? We buy vegetables, or we will buy chicken, fish from the market, and whenever we will be hungry, we will prepare it and eat it, correct? But have you ever wondered that these are all about the animals, mammals and human beings? What about the plants? How do they prepare their own food? Of course, they need food for their survival, but they can they like buy things from outside, or even if they buy things, then how do they prepare? They don't have a kitchen as per se that is present in our home, isn't it? So today we all are going to study about photosynthesis and respiration in plants. Okay, that in plants, how photosynthesis, or with the help of light, food is being prepared, and also how the chemical energy is broken down to provide all the nutrition and energy distributed in the plants. Okay, and that is respiration. We'll study one by one. Now let's dive into the first thing. First and foremost, the question comes is, what is nutrition? Okay, now the nutrition is the process of taking in food and converting it into energy and other vital nutrients required for life. So the way that we take food and then the food goes inside our body, in class 6 you must have studied about the digestive system, how the complex food matter is broken down into simple forms, right? And then it gets assimilated in our body, it provides us with energy. Okay, similarly, that is the thing that we are studying, that it is how the food is taken in and then it goes inside our body. It is then converted into soluble forms which gives us energy and also all the nutrients that are required by my body. So this is all about your nutrition. Now the next question comes is, how many types of nutrition are there? There are basically two types of nutrition. Number one is the autotrophic and number two is the heterotrophic. Autotrophic means what? We will be studying in this next slides, and heterotrophic we'll be studying on a bit later on. So let's start with the autotrophic nutrition. See, what is it written here? Autotrophic nutrition is a process where organism prepares their food from simple inorganic material like water, mineral salts, carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight. This is very important point, okay, that they will require sunlight. Without the presence of sunlight, then it's very difficult for autotrophic nutrition to take place. That means what? Whichever organism, they will prepare their food from water, mineral salts and carbon dioxide, along with what? Presence of sunlight is important, presence of sunlight. So those organisms, they undergo autotrophic nutrition. You can see the water is here, the carbon dioxide is here, the sunlight is here, and then this green plant is preparing their food and is giving out oxygen. Okay, so that is autotrophic nutrition, that is self preparation of food. Auto means itself, the word says self. Auto means self, and trophic means what? Trophic is nothing but your nourishment. Nourish, nourishment, self nourishment. Okay, that means those organisms that will prepare their own food with the help of what? With the help of sunlight, water, mineral salts, and carbon dioxide. There are 4 components. Okay, now you can see here that see, carbon dioxide, water, sunlight with the help of chlorophyll. This is all about your green plants. Okay, now let's see what's given in your book. Green plants prepare their own food, page number 43, prepare their own food through the process of photosynthesis. Okay, photosynthesis means what? Photosynthesis. Let's break it. Photo means light and synthesis means to make. That means anything which requires light to prepare food process is called as photosynthesis, and this happens only in green plants, not in animals. Photosynthesis does not happen in animals, it is only in green plants. Therefore, they are also called producers or autotrophs. Obviously, they are the green plants, so they are preparing food, so they are producing something, right? So that's why they are called as producers or autotrophs. Okay, photosynthesis takes place in all the green plants of a plant. Okay, fine. Green parts of a plant, wherever there will be greenery in the plant, there photosynthesis will take place. Suppose you see that a big tree has the bark. Okay, this is the brown portion, the bark. Now in this bark, photosynthesis is not going to occur because this is not a green part of the plant. But wherever there will be greenery in the parts of the plant, there photosynthesis is going to take place. Alright. The cells in the green parts of the plant contain an organelle called chloroplast, which contains a green pigment called chlorophyll. So all these leaves that you can see, or the green parts of the plant that you can see, there is a particular compartment, you can say, or organelle compartment, if I have to say it in very simple words, compartment, which is called what? Chloroplast. Okay, this is a compartment which is present in all the green plants, which is called the chloroplast, and inside this chloroplast you have the green pigment called the chlorophyll. Alright, so we have in all the green parts of the plant, there will be a compartment or an organelle. Organelle means what? Like a compartment. Okay, organelle which is called the chloroplast. So chloroplast is what? It is an organelle. Now inside this chloroplast there will be a green pigment which is called as chlorophyll. Now why do we have the chlorophyll? I shall erase everything and then it will become more clear to you. Yeah, so in the green, suppose this is the green leaf or any green parts of the plant, you have a compartment or organelle which is called the chloroplast. Right? Now this chloroplast will have green pigment chlorophyll. Correct? Now why will these chloroplasts have the green pigment chlorophyll? Because this chlorophyll helps to trap sunlight. I'm drawing it in this way. Okay, helps to trap the sunlight. Okay, and this sunlight is basically the main source of energy. If this main source of energy is not trapped, then photosynthesis cannot take place. So this green pigment chlorophyll helps to trap sunlight, which is the main source of energy. Okay, and this is what is happening is at the upper portion, that is sun is present at the upper portion. So the green pigment chlorophyll is trapping the sunlight. But what about this lower portion? Simultaneously, what is happening is that water will be, see, water is here, water is taken in by the roots of the plants. We pour water in the soil, right, for the plants to grow, for the flowers to bloom, isn't it? So this water will keep on now moving into the roots of the plants and will keep on moving up. The underside of the leaves have tiny pores called stomata, through which carbon dioxide is drawn from the air. So you see now this leaf, the underside means what? So suppose this is the leaf and this is the upper portion, and here you have the lower portion. We all know that, right? So these the underside, that is the lower portion of the leaf, they will have this tiny pores which is called the stomata. Okay, stomata. Now with the help of this stomata, carbon dioxide is taken in. Okay, so let's revise one more time that how the things takes place. So you see, we need sunlight for the plants to photosynthesize, for the plants to prepare their own food, right? So how will the sunlight be trapped by the green plants? With the help of this green pigment called chlorophyll. This chlorophyll is going to first and foremost trap the sunlight. Why they trap the sunlight? Because they are the main source of energy. Okay. Number 2. Now the plants also need water for their growth. So how will the plants get water? Through the roots. Through the roots, the water will keep on traveling to the leaves and other parts of the plant. Number 3. The plants also need carbon dioxide as a raw material. Okay. See, suppose we are preparing biryani. So we will need onion, we will need potato, we will need egg, we will need chicken, we will need rice, right? So these are the raw materials. Then we cook the food, and then in the end, what is the end result is the biryani, the tasty biryani. So similarly, here also we are talking of the raw material. So we have seen the raw material first and foremost as the sunlight, then we saw the raw material as water, and now the third raw material is the carbon dioxide. So how do the carbon dioxides get inside the plant body? That it gets inside by the stomata, which is present in the underside of the leaf, that is the lower portion of the leaf. These are present, the tiny pores. So through these pores, the carbon dioxide enters the plant. Then what happens is that these plants, they will take all these 3 raw materials, prepare the food, and as a result, in the end, we get oxygen, right? We're breathing, isn't it? So we are taking in oxygen, because why? The plants have prepared this oxygen by the process of photosynthesis. That's why it's very important to keep on planting trees, to keep on planting plants. So that is what is all about your photosynthesis. Next, we let's see what's written next, that some plants lack chlorophyll or grow in areas where they do not get enough sunlight. Okay, so now the thing is that you must have seen that all the plants doesn't grow in enough sunlight. You will find some big trees, and under this big trees, small plants also grow. They do not get that enough sunlight. So then what happens is that such plants depend on other organisms for their food. Now see, they are not getting the main source of energy, which is the sun. So how will they also have to survive? So how will they survive? Then these plants, they depend on other plants to prepare their own food. And whenever any plant or any organism depends on others for their own food, that is called as the heterotrophic nutrition. Hetero means what? depending on others, or you can say hetero means different, trophic means nourishment. Okay, or hetero, sometimes you can also find that just okay, different, you remove it, depending on others, for the nourishment, depending on others for nourishment. Okay, so this is all about your heterotrophic nutrition. That means, again I repeat, that certain plants, they are not capable to trap sunlight because they do not grow in an area where they can get the sunlight properly. So for those plants to grow, they depend on other organisms for their food and nutrition. And whenever any plant or any organism, they depend on other organisms for their food, that nourishment or nutrition is called as heterotrophic nutrition. And whichever organism takes in food by heterotrophic nutrition are called as heterotrophs. Okay, and those organisms which takes in food by autotrophic nutrition are called as autotrophs. Okay, those organisms are called as autotrophs, and the organism which takes in food by heterotrophic is called heterotrophic nutrition are called as heterotrophs. Okay, I hope till this much it is clear what is autotrophic nutrition. So in the next chapter we are going to study about the photosynthesis in details. We'll be studying about this reaction and then also the factors that affect photosynthesis. All right, please rewatch this video if you haven't understood anything. Okay, thank you.